Na 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 na.
So, we think that we're getting our 30,000 components. We have everything ready. Our manufacturer of our boxes and everything, we're speeding everything up, and in comes our components. We're so excited. I go to the lab because I want to see this happen in person. And the minute we start filling, all of the lip gloss starts leaking and busting through the seam. So, I don't know. Can you see this? See this? It's like goop on the outside of the lip gloss. And there's, if you see up close, there's cracks. And the deco design is all messed up. And all of this, bubbles are happening. And we were like, WTF. What is going on? When we took a microscope, it turned out that those 30,000 components, they were all damaged. And just maybe a month or two before, we were talking to our manufacturer, who is this well-known, family-owned company in business for 60-something years. How do we look at quality control? Because this is coming from China. Thank you. What do we do? And he's like, oh, we're fine. We've never had any issues. We work with, I would say the names of the brands, but I don't think that I should. So I can just tell you that they are major brands that I'm sure all of you have used and loved, and all of your friends use and love. Thank you. Well, our lab was freaking out. We called the manufacturer, and they were like, oh, it's not our fault. And we were like, yeah, it is. And there were kind of arguments back and forth, and we started looking through a microscope at every single component. And so this is called a double wall component. If you look at it closely, you could see that there's an outside container, and that inside is the lip gloss contained in another wall. So it's two walls, and why we love this is, it looks and feels much more luxurious. I think it's so sophisticated and modern and beautiful, and I like it better than, even though I do love squeezy tubes, sometimes I like this better because I feel like I'm getting, something a lot more substantial. And I love the way it feels in the hands, and I like something that is a little heavier, and, it just feels special to me. So our lab started to take a magnifying glass, and inside, in teeny microscopic numbers, are the numbers of each and every cavity. And we saw that there were 8 different cavity numbers. So that means they came from 8 different molds off of a factory line. So we tested each of the cavity numbers, and we tested them with all the lip gloss. They were all pouring out. We tested it with water. It was spilling out. We went through 10, 15,000 of these, and they were all damaged. First of all, this is like flushing $20,000 down the toilet, and that is a lot of money, and that especially a lot of money for Todd and me, because we're not sitting on bags of money. Like I said earlier, my last name is not Trump. It is not Heineken. It is not Guinness. It is not any fancy name that you would see on a shelf in any store. There's no trust fund. I'm not an heiress. So it was like somebody ripped my heart out and just threw my money down the toilet. I'm freaking out. We obviously now are not able to ship on time because you have to remember there's a 12-week delivery cycle to get these things from China. The worst part was that it was Chinese New Year. Now, the entire country shuts down during Chinese New Year. It's like a 2-week break. So not only is there a 12-week delivery cycle, you can get them faster if you want to send them in by air, but then that costs twice the price, and obviously we don't have the money, and our manufacturer wasn't taking responsibility, and it was going back and forth, and we brought in a special engineer who was looking at everything, and they were like, no, these are definitely damaged. And finally, after 3 to 4 weeks of going back and forth with the manufacturer, they said, okay, we'll get you new ones. So we did get new ones, but it took 8 weeks. And meanwhile, we completely missed shipping to the UK. So there goes my dream opportunity of being in 62 windows during Fashion Week, which is the most amazing time of year. And I was planning to bring my burlesque performing friend, Veronica Varlow. Also in the sidebar is her URL. You have to know her. She is the hottest, sexiest, most beautiful, most classic burlesque performer. Everybody's chin is on the floor when she dances. And she has this incredible energy and this warm soul, and I absolutely love her and feel so lucky to be her friend. Anyway, I was going to bring her. We thought it would be amazing, have her perform in windows, have her walk around the streets of London talking about huge lips, skinny hips, holding giant lip-shaped balloons. I mean, we were going to film the whole thing for YouTube. It was my big dream. It was so exciting, although I had no idea how I was going to afford a hotel room. Luckily, I have a friend named James, and his mom lives in London and says she lives in this really big house on her own, and there's like 4 extra bedrooms, and you could stay in one. And I was like, will she let me? Because I've never met her. He was like, oh, she'd love to have a visitor, so I had a free place to stay. The airline was obviously more money than I wanted to spend. My husband was like, only one of us can afford to go. Anyway, I'm digressing. We missed that opportunity. The store was really angry. They wanted to charge us the £13,000, which is more like $20-something thousand, for what they invested in giving us windows. And I was like, great, I've now lost $20,000 from this. We, first of all, manufactured all of these point of sale displays that now went to, waste. I mean, I can't even tell you what this was doing to us. It was, horrible. We had no investors. Now we're going into investor meetings, and our success story is becoming more challenging. I'm flustered even just talking about this. So what happened next?